What's up, my rockin' peeps? We've got BRYAN with a song called I See You. Do you see me? Do you? This is per request of 𝐂𝐻𝐒 CWM91. What y'all think of BRYAN? Dude's awesome. Country has really come a ways. It's different, you know, it's like mixing country and rock. I really like it. BRYAN's really a hot ticket. Okay? And you know, I was going to use my Ibanez. You want to tune flat? I almost said it. Tune a half step down. Oh, I said it. Tuna, it's a type of fish. Try it. Anyways, I was going to use my Ibanez, you know, and I thought, if country now can be like this mix of rock and stuff, then I'm going to play my X-Ray bootleg Bones guitar. People would be like, what the heck? That looks like something Slayer would use. Am I using it for a BRYAN lesson? Yes, I am. Because you know what? This guitar, despite it looks all metally, it's got good tone. And I'm splitting the pickup to give you more of that kind of telly Fender sound. So I've turned this double into a single. So, half step down. Every string is a half step lower. Alright? And let's do it. What you think? What you think? Here we go. Anyways, I want to show you all those parts, and the banjo in this is really cool. So I'm going to show you an alternate part you can play behind the palm muted section where I was doing the... I'm going to show you the banjo part on guitar, which would be... all that stuff we're going to learn right now. Let's do it. Okay, so on the start of this, we're starting with E minor. There's a couple guitar tracks. We have the intro solo, which I'm going to show you that as well. Our electric guitar, there's an acoustic back there, there's a banjo. So there's a lot of cool things happening here. And it's almost like one of those less is more songs because, you know, the chords are just your standard chords. It's how you put this stuff together and your vocal melodies and all that stuff. Very cool song. So 2A, 2D. This is the E minor open position chord, and we're going to hit it 2 times, 2 downstrokes, and then boom, karate chop it here. It's a rest. 2, 3, 4. Our next chord is a C add 9, and that's 3A, 2D, 3B, and 3E. Make sure this finger's angled up because we need that open G in there. Strum strings 5 through 1, 2 hits. 2, 3, 4. Our next one, simple change up from C add 9 to G major. Go 3E, 2A. Leave everything else there. 2 strums. 2, 3, 4. Our last chord is D major. You may want to consider in transitioning these chords, sometimes you don't have to lift up a finger. Just like when we went from C add 9 to G, it would be silly to lift them all up because we were halfway there with these. So when you go from G to D, it shares that 3rd fret off the B string, a D note in there. So get used to not lifting all the fingers off on these transitions. So we'll get rid of this, this, and this, take those off, and then go 2E, we have our 3B, and the 2G. Take the thumb, mute the low E, don't push it down, and you'll go twice, and then, so 2 strums, rest, and then 2 more strums. Right? And he's accenting on what's called the ands on the end. And then you're right back to the beginning. Oh, by the way, it does start the beginning of this song with the 12th fret descending slide into it. So you'd go. Okay, it only does that there though. So slide to around fret 3, and then boom, drop into that E minor chord. You're going to do that 4 times, okay? Like I said, the slide is just on the first one. After that, it's E minor, C add 9, G, and D. You're going to do all of that 3 more times, so it's 4 times total. And then after that, it gets easier here. You're just going to strum a chord per measure. So you'll go back to the E minor and just strum all 6 strings, let them ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the same order. E minor, C add 9, G major, D major. You're going to do that 2 times. So the chord outline hasn't changed, the way it's strummed or the beat of it, of the progression has changed. So it doesn't get any easier than just the one time, right? Again. And then the next part comes up. And this is where we're going to do an A section and a B section because the banjo part was so cool in there. But we're going to show you. I'm going to show you what the guitar player is doing first. 3A, 5D. This is just a power chord is all. And you're going to palm mute back here and go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. It's an 8th note progression. In other words, without you having to think all 1E and a 2E and 1 and all that, just strum it 8 times down, palm muted. We're going to move that up a whole step sharp to 5-7. Same strings, same amount of times. So move it again up to 7-9. Same thing, same amount of times. From there we move it to 2-4. So it's all on the A and D string here. Same amount of times. Then we're going to move it a half step up to 3-5. That's how we started this section. But you're going to double up on it. Instead of 8 times, it's going to be 16. So you can go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. From there, we're going to go to the D major open position that we used earlier. 2, 3, 2, open D. And you can mute the low E here if you want. If you hit the open A, it's fine. The D chord has an A note in it. But I don't think that is in there. So try to go from string 4 to string 1 and go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and strum. It'll be 9 times. So however you want to count that, you can break it down mathematically to 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so the banjo part that you can play in place of this, it's pretty tricky. And it's not a guitar part, it's a banjo part, but it sounds cool on guitar here. We would go 3A, 3B. And this is what it is. Palm mute it and go A, D, G, B 2 times. So we have. And then do the same thing, but we're going to change to 5A, 4D, 3B. What's that look like? If you're over here, it's a C chord. Up here, it's a D chord. And a very cool sounding one at that. Pick it the same way. So we have. Now this one's tough. Like I said, this is a banjo, so it's tuned different than a guitar. So a beginner, this is going to be probably impossible for you to do. Oops. Right now it's impossible for me to do. So you'd go 7A, 4D, and that stretch would be played with your pinky and middle, and then first finger 3B. But do the same thing, so it's A, D, G, B twice. Alright, and then the next one, 2A, 4D, 3B. Finger 1, 4, and 2, or finger 1, 3, and 2. Just kind of experiment with that. Same thing, A, D, G, B twice. And then we're going to go to a C add 9, 3A, 2D, 3B. And we're going to have that open G in there. And you'll go. We doubled up on that, so that's 16 times. You can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Or we can make it a 16th note count. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. At the end of the day, guys, it's going to be 16. Think of it as this being one time, and you're going to do that 4 times. But it's 16 picks on a string at the end of the day. Alright, so, and then the last one is 5, 4, open, and 3. That's starting on the A string. This is that alternate D major chord. Go A, D, G, B twice, and then strum them, those strings 5 through 2. Now, last part I want to show you. If we rewind it here and go to the intro. Now you don't have to throw the chords in there because they're splitting that between various guitar players. So the actual solo part is 7G, back it with a couple fingers, pick, bend a whole step. It's a 2-fret bend. And then 4G. And then the next two do this. 5G, whole step bend. And then the 4G. And then do it again. So we have. Oops. Yeah. You'll pick the 2G twice. Slide to 4. Slide back to 2. And pull off to 2. Or to open. So. And 2D. So. And if you want to be real adventurous and brave, you know, you could. Okay, so that gives you like a bunch of stuff, man. Take your time with this stuff, subgroup it. You guys hear me talk about that a lot. Small pieces. A subgroup can be even 2 things. But one of the ways to approach subgrouping is if you have a rest or a pause, that's a good spot to go, okay, I could subgroup it, but sometimes those are still too long for people. So you can break it down. There's really not a wrong way to subgroup, you know. But for example, a good subgroup on the banjo section of this song would be this. Boom. There's 4 things. And that's actually the whole part for that chord, the C add 9, that you're repeating. But you know, if you want, you know, you could subgroup, this could be part of it. Say you're having trouble and this middle finger's muting the D string down below. That's why these subgroups are important. And it'll teach you, the way to fix that is to knuckle up, right? To where you clear the finger off of the below string. Stuff like that's very important. Alright, so anyways, had fun doing this lesson. I'll be putting up some more country. This channel, I do everything. It's you know, it's an all request channel, but I've got 82,000 subscribers and a lot of you guys make requests. So I know I've been doing a lot of the metal, but I've been trying to demo this guitar that X-Ray Guitars sent out to me for you guys, and primarily, you know, for a lot of dock and stuff. But this guitar is killer. It sounds great. And so I used it for Luke Bryan. Why not? Make your requests still. Like I said, I kind of randomly pick them. Who knows, yours may be next. But you can definitely make the request, and they all do get written down. If I get the message, which 99% of the time I do, then I write it down, and boom, yours may be next. Okay, so it's not just metal here. We do rock. I do rock, blues, country, classical, everything, reggae, doesn't matter. My email is mike@rockinguitarlessons.com. I do teach privately on Skype. My Skype name is Rockin Guitar Lessons. Is that for me? Mm-hmm. Okay, my granddaughter wants to say hi. Come here.
Hi.
How come they're not saying nothing back? Say hi again.
Hi.
Hi. They said it. Say, what music do you like?
What music do you like?
We like country music and Luke Bryan, 𝐂𝐿𝐄, and Dolly Parton. Did you hear them? They said it, Presley. Say, I like Julian Gross.
I like doing ghosts.
Come on, Scoot.
We trained her well. Thank you. This is awesome.
Say love you, Pop.
Say love me, Pop.
I love you.
I love you too, little Pooh Bear. Alright guys, so anyways, what can you do? I do teach privately on Skype, guitar and bass, and my wife Jolene teaches vocals. So you can get a whole band going. We've been doing it for a long time. You know, for me it's been, actually for both of us, a couple decades of teaching. And nothing really replaces the one-on-one. There's tons of stuff on the internet. The problem is you never know what you're getting. And you could be developing some bad habits. So if you go to my website, rockinguitarlessons.com, click on the Skype Lessons tab, and it'll take you to a page with another tutorial explaining how they work. They're primarily 60-minute lessons per week, or half-hour lessons per week, or sometimes I'll have an hour one week, and then they skip a week, and then so week 1 and week 3 do an hour. But that's basically how it works. The price breakdown is on the website, and also check into my CVT lessons. That stands for Custom Video Tablature Lessons, and I have several CVT students, actually a lot of CVT students, people that are just too busy to do the one-on-one on Skype, or they just like the route of the CVT lessons, which is I transcribe whatever it is that you want by ear, handwrite the tabs, timestamps, subgroup everything, and then scan the tabs, send them to your email, and then record a lesson, upload it to the channel, and you have them both to work together there, and all the rates and all that stuff is there, as well as a tutorial. So until next time, how much time do we got left? Got enough time. Have fun, keep rocking, take your time with this stuff, and you'll see it come together. All right, spread the word too. Later.